Exchange of work messages with peer review. In this video, we will see an example of how work messages are exchanged between a project manager and a task assignee in Cerebro, and how the built-in Mirada utility is used as a tool to create an audiovisual peer review. By default, tasks in Cerebro are created with a no status setting, which should be changed to ready to start before getting started, something that can be done manually, for example, by the project manager. Once this happens, Cerebro sends a message notifying the task assignee that he can get started and clearly signals to him that the task status has changed. The assignee accesses the task, for example, through his personal task list in the To-Do List window. He sees the forum, learns about the assigned task, and having understood what needs to be done, closes Cerebro and gets started on the assignment. Next time he will need Cerebro is to create a report after he completes the assignment. To do this, the assignee launches Cerebro, finds his task, and writes a new message, such as report, in its form. Like any message, the report includes text and one or more attached files. In addition, it has to include the number of hours worked, which will make it possible to collect statistics on projects and tasks and assignees. Before sending the message, the task status should be switched to pending review. This will signal to the project manager that the assignment has been completed and is awaiting peer review. Then, the project manager receives a notification about the new message, sees the task's new status, logs into the forum, and reads the assignee's report. Of course, a peer review about the completed assignment can be written as a text message in the Cerebro forum. The message type is review. However, a more convenient way when annotating media files in supported formats is to use the Mirada utility as an annotation tool. First, Mirada is used as a media file player. A file can be opened either by double-clicking on it or by clicking on the Mirada pop-up button. A Mirada program window appears where we can see video playing tools on the control panel at the bottom. A timeline with the downloaded file is displayed here as well. The mouse can be used to zoom in and out of the timeline and to move it with the middle button. The project manager clicks on the play button and evaluates the completed assignment. When a specific shot needs to be viewed, the timeline should be zoomed in to the level where separate shots can be seen. Then, the mouse or the control buttons for moving between shots can be used to get to the desired part of the video. Once the desired shot is reached, the view can be zoomed in with the mouse scroll wheel. Clicking and holding the middle button will switch to the panoramic view. First, the project manager creates just a text comment where he uses words to describe the shot's overall problems. He does this by writing his comments in the New Comment field and clicking on the Publish button. This is the simplest way of annotation. Such text can be included in all other types of comments, which will be discussed later. The newly created comment appears on the list of the panel on the right-hand side, and a label with its number is reflected in the view window in the upper right corner. Clicking on the label makes the text of the comment visible. Labels in the shots that contain comments are also displayed on the timeline. Next, a sketch-type comment will be created, which makes it possible to make visual labels in a shot by using drawing tools. The project manager selects the appropriate tool on the upper Mirada panel and labels the problematic parts of the shot. When drawing a sketch, comment labels can be moved to any part of the view window. A sketch can be assigned a lifespan, i.e., the number of shots on the timeline during which the drawings will be displayed. And if the project manager wants to make not a single picture, but wants to show the movement of a certain object, for example, flying water drops in the shot, then an onion skin mode should be used. First, the project manager should move to the first shot of the animation and launch the onion skin mode via the playback bar. The timeline will reflect a range for the number of shots before and after where the added drawings will be displayed. The project manager draws the original layout of the objects in the initial shot, then draws the second layout in the second shot, and so forth. He creates a series of drawings. If the onion skin mode is turned off, an animated depiction of objects in drawings in one comment is created. Video annotation makes it possible to include comments not only about a separate shot, but also about the image dynamics when the video is played. The project manager selects a looping range within the video which he has comments about. Here, the project manager comments on the dynamics and records the video comment. He uses the mouse to zoom in on the desired area. As he makes his comments into the mic, he uses the mouse for pointing. A video can be paused during the recording and a marker can be used to add notes to the shot. A third comment has been added. It has its own timeline and its recording can be played. All the performed actions will be repeated in synchronization with the recorded voice. As a result, a completed peer review includes 4 comments of different types: text, sketch, one picture, and animation with several frames, video comment. Please note that a task's status is changed within the Mirada utility itself before a peer review is published. When the project manager logs out of the program, his comments are sent to Cerebro. The task status is lowered as the task is sent to the assignee for rework. Then the task assignee logs into Cerebro again because he has received an email notifying him that a peer review had been published in the forum. The unread task is highlighted in bold in the to-do list. The assignee can either click on the light bulb on the tool panel to be redirected automatically or click on the highlighted task in the list. The project manager's message with a peer review is displayed in the tasks forum. The assignee double-clicks on it to open and reads the comment inside. The next comment can be accessed by clicking on the button above the timeline or by selecting the comment from the list. In this case, 2 comments are displayed in one shot, but the drawings are visible only for the comment that is active. The other comment can be activated by selecting it from the list on the right-hand side or right from the view window by clicking on the label for the desired comment. In the latter case, the comment's text along with the answers will appear next to the label. Next comment in the list is the comment with animation in drawings, demonstrating the correct trajectory of the objects in the scene. Next in line is the video comment. The assignee plays it and watches the comments on the dynamics. Having read all the comments, the assignee is ready to get started on the revision. Before logging out of Mirada, he switches the status to In Progress. As a result, Cerebro doesn't create a new message with a file and just changes the task status. Having worked on the project manager's comments, the assignee is ready to publish a new version of the file. He logs into Cerebro and replies to the previous message with a report, attaching the new file. He again specifies the time spent on the assignment and switches the task status to Pending Review. Then, the project manager receives a notification about a new report and sees the task status in the Incoming list. Now, he wants not just to open the new file, but to compare it to the previous version. This can be done by displaying the list of the task's file attachments, selecting the 2 versions from the list for comparison, and clicking on the Compare the Selected Files button. This launches the Mirada utility, which now has a timeline with 2 versions of the video at the same time. By default, when the comparison button is off, the view window displays only a shot from the A version. This is the main play mode. In addition, the option to compare two images can be turned on. Comparison is available for two versions, A and B, of a media file and for shots within the same version. In the latter case, the marker on the timeline is used. In both cases, there are three ways to compare images: horizontal layout of shots, vertical layout of shots, comparison in the wipe mode where shots are superimposed on each other and a vertical wipe appears in the view window. Moving the wipe with the mouse, a pixel-level comparison of images can be performed. Having compared the new version of the video with the previous one, the project manager decides that the task is executed well and therefore just closes Mirada without sending new comments to Cerebro. To finish the assignment, he just writes a text message, such as review, where he moves the task to the final status by marking it as completed.